about it very much because, like, what can you really do about it other than take a bunch of Tylenol or Advil or whatever, or acetaminophen, and I did that, and then it made my stomach bleed, and then I had to go to the hospital. So, yeah, that was not so good. So, you know, cutting it out at the source, probably a better option. Not having headaches, also just pretty great. Pretty happy about that whole thing. I've mostly just been splurging playing Diablo. Other than getting a little bit of recording done now and then. Oh, I thought that was actually going to be it. But thank you for asking. How are you? Stop taking steroids. I'm not taking steroids. Have you ever played Mickey's Magical Quest? Yeah, I have, actually. My friend Anza actually, I think, streamed it, or we recorded it together or something. Yeah, we recorded it together on his channel. And Zariel. He's actually got 3 channels, though, so I'm not sure which one it's on, but I think it was the Anzariel main one. Hey, Bidp. B-I-D-P. Oh, no problem. Thank you, Digomites. Or Diogmites, I think probably is more correct. Yeah, I try not to make a big fuss out of things because I freaking complain enough already as it is about shit, but, you know, it's certainly a lot easier to deal with stuff when you're not stressed out about just feeling bad in general. And plus, just, like, not feeling bad helps a lot just for your general mindset. Like, even if you're doing your best to just remain as neutral as possible about things, not having to worry about something or just not feeling like there's something over your head really does help a lot. Okay. I wonder if it would just be easier to just fall alongside that tile. Oh, we got it! Yay! Progress again! I like this world. Ice level's not so bad. These aren't even icy, by the way, in case you were wondering. These tiles actually are just normal blocks. Okay. Oh, a little too high there. If you knock yourself unconscious, it temporarily gets rid of all pain. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind if need be. You do know that magnesium is basically steroids. No, I don't know that. I also need to actually look that up then, if that's the case. I've never heard anything like that before. I get migraine headaches. I was told that people with migraine headaches can also be magnesium deficient. And for some reason, you know, having that back in my diet more has made a big difference to me. So I guess I need to check into it more. But I've only been taking this for about a week now. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'd heard as well, Grave Cactus, but, you know, I do want to be as well-informed as possible, but still, I've never heard that either. He's trolling magnesium is fine. Okay. That's a really strange thing to troll me with, telling me that I'm taking steroids when I'm not. Probably don't do that, please. Okay. Oh, how do we do this? I think we just hit the middle jump, like, right between the 2 spikes. Nope, that was not a high enough jump in the first place. And then looking forward to the end part, too. That looks like it's just one jump, essentially, that we have to land. So you don't get migraines a lot. I haven't actually gotten any headaches since I've started taking it, which is great. For a while, it was like every day I wake up on the verge of a headache, like, from the moment I open my eyes. And it's not been like that. I've been able to wake up and just, like, go make breakfast, which is another thing I didn't really do before. I usually just felt kind of mildly nauseous in the morning, and that would last until, like, 2 p.m., so I usually would just drink some juice or something. I wouldn't really eat in the morning. Or I would just sleep until it was so late that it didn't matter. And I actually can wake up and feel okay, which is amazing. Alright, land the corner. That's an awful spot right there. It's a big flat spike. I should be able to land on top of that. That's BS. God damn it. Do you know that all the dihydrogen monoxide you drink is dangerous? They find... Ugh. I took chemistry. I'm not 5. If you take in too much oxygen, it'll kill you. Yeah, I know. What are the vitamins that won't kill you in any abundance? Like vitamin C, right? You can have infinite amounts of that, and it's just like, oh look, more vitamin C, and then you just piss out whatever's extra. I think magnesium works that same way, or similarly anyway. I think the worst that can happen is you just get bad diarrhea from having too much of it. But I haven't even been coming close to taking what a normal adult male should be taking. I've been taking like a quarter of that amount, actually. Maybe you can kind of drop off the left edge and double jump back. I think I just have to really hit the jump in good time. That's a really awkward jump, though, my goodness. Plus the corner's freaking in the way, like, how the hell? That's pretty silly. I even sound better, glad to hear it. I'm a little stuffy, though, because of, I don't know, just congestion or something, but other than that, I think I sound okay. Oh! Oh, I made it over! Nick, this shit is rigged. You mean this game? It is rigged. I'm going to beat it eventually, so in that respect, all the odds are stacked against I want to be, or I want to celebrate 100. The game has, like, only these obstacles that are static to get in my way, but I have time on my hands, right? As long as I can continue to play this, nothing's gonna change. Oh! It's really hard to stop on a dime on the other side of that spike. You want to make sure you clear it, but you don't want to go crazy with it. Oh man, new donation coming in! Thank you so much to Branbo Durst for the $9 donation with the message, why would you sell seashells in the one place people are guaranteed to find seashells? That is a really good question. I like the cut of your jib. Also, what the hell's a jib? I mean, I know it's your jaw, but like, what the hell's a jib? Those are those things that would shoot out of the zombies when I shoot them in Quake 1 with the grenade launcher. I didn't like the cut of their jibs, that's why I turned them into giblets. Anyway, that was a little tangential. Thank you so much for the support and the donation, Brambo. Oh man, here we go again! And that was another donation from Grave Cactus, this one for $9.69. Fire up the donation train, folks. Stream the game Sacrifice. One of the voice actors is Tim Curry from Clue, Home Alone 2, Rocky Horror Picture Show. All vitamins can be toxic at extreme levels. That is a lot of little nuggets of information. Thank you very much, Grave Cactus, again, for your kind support, and also for keeping us informed on things like vitamins. I appreciate that, too. I've heard to play Sacrifice before, actually, although I'm still not sure I remember what kind of game is it. It's a strategy game or something like that? Action strategy, maybe? Do I have the right one in my head? I might not. I'm not sure. I don't think I own the game, though. The one-upsmanship begins, yeah. To drink a lot of water for it to kill you, but it's possible. Yeah, it is true that people do die of water poisoning. There's always cases around, like, big marathons and stuff, right? Where people who run a lot will think they're dehydrated when they're not, and they'll just keep drinking, and eventually you just kind of flood yourself. It's pretty terrifying that that's a thing you can do, but I think it does take a pretty copious amount of water before that takes effect. One would think at that point, too, like, your bladder would also have some problems. Okay, I finally made it over the spike. Now I need to make it... Oh, that's awful. I gotta make it through that little cubby hole, and I think land inside of it, before I can then use my second try to jump back out. So I've actually got the 2 full jumps to slow my descent and try and relocate when I get close to that little inch-hole wide gap. Alright, here we go. No, I needed the... That was actually kind of close. I needed the second jump just to clear the first area. I thought it was far enough away that I could actually make it on the first go. No such luck. Oh, wow, I made it pretty quickly that time. Wow, that was really close as well. Alright, maybe I'll get this in short order then. Do you think it's better to follow large streamers on Twitch or the smaller, lesser-known ones? Personally, I like smaller ones because the streamer seems to interact with the viewers, while some larger ones don't even look at chat. Well, it depends on the person, I think. I actually follow a degree of both, I suppose. Well, I guess the biggest person I probably follow is, like, Total Biscuit. And he has subscriber chat mode always enabled. I should totally host his channel next time he streams so I can actually freaking chat in it. Not that I don't think he deserves the $5 subscription support or anything, it's just like, I don't really know any of the people there, so I always feel kind of awkward. Wanting to subscribe without really any reason, because they don't really read or interact with the chat at all on his channel anyway. But there's been a lot of times when I've wanted to chat with the other people there, so I've been conflicted about it. Anyway, I think there's plenty of people, though, that run somewhere in the middle between that, where I would say the TB situation is kind of like the extreme example. I would hope that, regardless of whatever happens to my Twitch channel, I would still try and maintain not needing to ever put on subscriber chat, and still maintain that my favorite part of streaming is generally just interacting with you guys and just having chats that happen, you know, off the top of my head, whatever's going on. The back and forth is where the fun is. So I think having to create levels like that or borders that stop people really does kind of take away from the experience. And I want to meet new people through this place, and it's really hard to do that when you're asking them, hey, I don't know you, but you've got to pay $5 to be included here. I think that feels kind of rude to me, personally. I mean, I'll get over it. It's not like it's a big deal, but it's not a thing that I would want to do is all I'm saying. Oh, I made it. I made it! Progress! Oh, got wrecked. That hurts. I didn't make it. I thought I made it. I didn't make it. Now I know. Don't do that again. That wasn't intended, by the way, to be any kind of shots fired at TB. I think he's a really good guy, and I wish no ill upon him whatsoever. I want him to be successful, and he does a fantastic job at what he does. So I hope nobody reads it that way. Alright, fall straight down. There we go. I had another thing to say, and now I don't remember what that was. Oh well. If I remember it, I'll tell you. I mentioned this once before, I think I'll mention it again, but I'm going to try and not say it too many times, because I know it sounds a little scummy to say, but my new goal for Twitch streaming is to reach the 500 subscriber mark, because that actually unlocks another tier of emotes, so I'm going to be trying to stream more maybe than I was in the past, or at least I'll, you know, give it my all anyway, with that in mind. Because I do want to get some more emotes going, and I know that's certainly a fun thing. And it's always good to just give yourself goals anyway, right? Like, to just keep things moving forward. I get too hung up on numbers a lot of the time, and, you know, it's good to have goals, but it's also good to not really worry about it for a while, too. So what Twitch does really well, or what I like about the way the whole Twitch progression theme seems to work, is it's always kind of in this constant state of flux. Like, every day I come back, there's always a different number going on somewhere, and it's... What? That can kill me, huh? Okay, I guess the stem caught me by accident. But the thing is, you generally tend to have pretty good incremental progress with Twitch as long as you just stay consistent with it. Provided, you know, you don't have some drop-off in viewers or do something terrible as a person, I don't know. But I find that it's quite gratifying seeing the progress actually manifest. Like, when I started streaming, I had no ability or even thought I would ever reach the point that I'm at now on my channel, but things have been pretty fluidly working their way forward. Unfortunately, you know, taking the 2 weeks off for PAX put a pretty big dent in things, but I am trusting that, you know, with enough time spent, I should be able to get back to where we were. So it's definitely a bit disheartening coming back to seeing like 150 less subscribers, but it's also a terrible time for people to worry about that kind of thing too, because school's starting back up and people are spending less time online and all of that stuff. Once people get settled back into their general routines, I don't think it'll be quite as bad. Alright, made it through there. Now I just want to do one of those, and whoa, we made it again! Another screen's progress! Things are happening quickly. How many more subs do I need? I'm at 295, and since I've gotten back, every time that I stream, I make enough to get back to 295, and then the next day it's down to 280 something. So, I'm your favorite scum ever. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you to say. So yeah, I've got a ways to go and everything. I'm just saying, this is like my long-term goal. We'll see how long it takes, or if it's even attainable, but once you make these goals, they never go away. That's the nice thing. Like, if I make it to the 15 emote goal, I will have that. If things ever drop off again, whatever. You know, I got to that point, I can at least say I reached a nice high water mark. That would actually be pretty excessive anyway. If I made it to 500, I wouldn't really feel like I need to really stay at that level forever. But it would be nice just to have that as like a one-time deal. Also, there's another mark after that, which is at 1,000 subscribers, so I doubt that I would be able to ever double shit, but that gets you 20 emotes, so that would be an additional 5, so I would go from getting 2, 2, 2, 2, then we get 3 on that one, and then 5 for the final one, and I think that's as high as it goes, for now anyway. That was one of the announcements that they made while I was at PAX, so I mentioned it a few times. I don't know if everybody heard. Does Nick stream the Super Show too? Yes, I do. I always stream my perspective of whatever's going on. We try to pick games that work well. Dude, you could easily get to that? I don't know about that. That's a lot. That's... the amount of time it's taken me to get to 300 is pretty huge as well, so... I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with these damn balls. I've noticed to play late at night a lot. Have you seen or used Flux? Yeah, I know about Flux. It's kind of a problem, though, for me, as someone who records footage. It's not really a viable option. But I appreciate the mention anyway. Okay, this is like that one freaking Meat Boy level in Cotton Alley where you have to go between all the freaking jelly men. Is that 1,000 concurrent or total ever? They've got to be concurrent. But it's a one-time thing, if that makes sense. So you just need to reach that once, and then from there, you've got it unlocked. Oh, this is really tricky, actually. Is there... these are all uniform, I take it. Okay. Oof, that is close. Now I gotta do it again here. Oh, no! What is your favorite color for handheld systems? That's a good question. I actually have had multiple opinions on that throughout my time. I think my favorite handheld that I used the most out of all of them was my cobalt blue DS Lite Japanese imported one. It was a color that I don't think they ever released in America, and it was like, it was only available maybe... well, it was a big deal that it was available right at the beginning of the launch of the DS Lite, and I didn't want to wait for the DS Lite to be released in America, so I freaking imported it right away. And I used that all the time. But I also had a lime green Game Boy Advance that I was pretty proud of. There's a collector's edition, like limited edition version of it. As far as like my phone, I prefer a black phone. I could also see sometimes wanting a white one, but I just figure, you know, you're gonna touch the thing with your hands, you don't want it to get all dirty, right? You played the new Super Meat Boy at PAX, right? What did you think of it? Yes, I did play it. I spent about 20 minutes or so playing it at PAX. I thought it was pretty cool, but also not exactly like a sequel to Meat Boy, if that makes sense. It's really, really hard, but in a way that doesn't really read the same as Meat Boy. It's a touchscreen optimized style game, although you can also play it on a controller, and there's really just 2 buttons, one for jump and one for slide, and it's basically like a randomly generated runner game. And it takes little pieces of various templates from levels and puts them together in a random order, and then you have to run and jump through them, and there's bandages, and there's going to be character unlocks and bosses and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, it seems like a full-featured game, but I also just don't know how into it I am compared to actual Meat Boy. I need to actually play the thing in full. The version that I played, there were only 2 levels available. Ugh, that's awful. I guess I can stand on that corner there. Someone just told me... Oh! Sorry, Jemmy. I didn't see it. It didn't trigger a noise. $3 donated from Guess Who? It's Jemmy. Water Money. Thank you for being such an important part of my life. Really been missing your streams. Aw, thanks, man. I appreciate the donation as always. Also, one of my biggest supporters is Jemmy in chat right there. So let's, why don't we all raise up a round of golden donkeys in appreciation for Jemmy being such a wonderful and sweet person. And supportive as well. Lime green Game Boy to match your neon green hair. Yeah, that's the idea. I had neon green hair in like 8th grade. We all make dumb decisions when we're still kids, right? Totally not Jemmy? Oh, okay. I mean, I can see your picture there, but whatever. Since when are you streaming? If you mean today, I've been streaming. I've been live for about an hour now. Give or take about 5 minutes, because I usually let it run for 5 minutes to let people get situated and order the actual proper stream. I guess I should just do that, huh? Oh, I hate waiting in levels like this. Makes me very impatient. I know I don't really have to wait, but I am anyway. So you go over that, over that, over that, over... Oh, okay. New meta. Can actually clear that much more quickly that way. Over that, over that, over that. Oh, ooh, that's a little close. So maybe that last one I might want to wait on. Nope, actually totally pull it off as long as your timing is just right. This part, though, I'm not sure how much I can get around the waiting. Feels like 10 minutes. Yeah, wow, that is really a good thing, actually. I appreciate that. Okay. When I get through here, I think that first jump was probably the hardest. Now I just gotta be careful with this spike. I'm gonna wait past this one. Okay, and one more tricky one here. And I'm safe up here. Okay. Now I've got to do a little dipsy-doodle over top of all these spikes. And not get hit with blue balls as well. Nobody ever wants that. Random life... Oh, random question, do you have any life goals, like later life stuff? I would just like to be able to save enough money to not have to worry about money for a while, or maybe ever would be great, but, you know, I don't really have any illusions that that's going to be an easy thing to accomplish. As far as life goals, maybe just, like, own my own house or something and have a stable relationship. I fucking died on the last apple! Oh, that hurts. That's probably one of my larger priorities, though, just to have, you know, a good relationship again. Gets lonely streaming on Twitch all day, guys. I think I'm kidding. Okay. Alright, I see how I should be doing this to avoid the waiting element. I still think, though, if I had enough money that it was not a big deal, like if I could just make big decisions that were sort of like with a lot of money at stake, I would love to be able to just get like all of my friends together and live in the same region. Like, buy some big building or something and then just have us all pay into it together, and I don't know, something like that would be freaking awesome. Hate being so far apart from everybody. Shouldn't take an entire day's worth of travel and like $600 worth of plane tickets to get to see somebody that I care about. Yeah, enough money for the ice cream room. I don't actually think the ice cream room is ever going to happen, nor do I really care. It's just a silly thing. The next thing that I want to do that's actually attainable, though, is I figured out a way that I can set up my wiring scheme for my TV and computer and all of that, so I can actually have all of my stuff be switchable, so I can basically set it so my console will either stream or be sent to my TV or to my computer through my capture card, and I just need to buy a couple of wires and an HDMI switch box. And that means then I should be much, much more capable of streaming console games, which is a thing that I want to do, because I actually have a lot of console games I've wanted to stream for a while, but it's just such a pain in my ass setting it up every time. I've got to drag a bunch of stuff across, I've got to move a bunch of wires every time. The setup takes like 45 minutes just to stream something for a few hours and then disassemble it all so I can go back to normal life. And then I've got a cable running through the center of my room, which is really dumb. But if I buy a couple of things, probably like under $100 worth of items, one of them being an HDMI switch box, like I was looking at last night if anybody was here for the Full Grown Gaming chat that I was in. I was looking at options, and I want to get one that's like a 4x2, so it's 4 inputs, 2 outputs, and then I'd be able to actually send the signal to both sides, or one or the other, which would be perfect. Alright, so I want to do... Ugh... This level's getting to me in the most dumb way. Like, I know I'm gonna beat it. It's just, it takes so long to get through each time. And the jumps feel so overly numerous. All I need in life is a good PC and enough left over to order delivery. Yeah, I kind of wish that I was in that boat as well. There's nowhere that delivers around me, though. If I was in a big city or something, I would probably order that all the time. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, now we should be over. Will you ever stream or play off? Probably, yes. It's okay, Jemmy. Notch buys my McGriddles now. Get one with a remote. Yeah, they all come with a remote. I wanted one with auto change, though. One that would actually pick up a signal and then route it to the place that I want it to route to without me having to intercede. Not that I can't handle it, it's just like, it'd be kind of nice if that feature existed in a not $400 box. Alright, progress! Yay! This is... Oh, you know what level this is? I gotta take a sip of my drink for this level. I should tell people I am never sarcastic. I often miss Nick and Ryan's sarcasm, not to assume anyone is reading what I type, but don't want to seem disingenuous. Oh, it's cool. Just got in here. Is using an HDMI switch box basically like switching inputs? Yeah, it's just basically an automated way that you can have all of your inputs set up, so like there's just a button that determines what gets sent to your TV or wherever you want it sent. And right now I don't have that, so I just got all these HDMI cables behind my TV, many of which are not connected, because I have, I think, 3 HDMI inputs on my TV, which I thought was excessive, but apparently not. Because I wasn't counting on there being so many freaking systems. New donation! Hype! Grave Cactus is not going to let the concept of this donation train go, and I appreciate that very much. Grave Cactus just donated $11.69 with the message, "Let's start an indie game dev company." Seriously. Well, I don't know if I'm in the right position for that, but I definitely do give advice on indie games pretty frequently, so I guess I could do worse. Oh, I can't believe I made it through that. And that, actually. Okay, this is a pretty tough level, actually. So I want to jump, then go dag... Oh, man! Oh! Vuvuzela! Woo! Oh, no, you didn't! Spitznagel just donated $69 with the message, "Viva le nombre, soy 69, I believe. Did we just do Spanish and then French? Anyway, hype! Thank you so much for the support, seriously, both of you guys, and definitely especially Spitznagel.